Did you know that over 60% of kids today report feeling more stressed than their parents did at their age? And it's not just school pressure, it's the result of parents doing too much for them. The truth is, overparenting is becoming a serious issue. Studies show that children with parents who are too involved often struggle with independence, problem-solving, and even mental health. But here's the good news: raising successful kids doesn't mean being overbearing. In fact, the best thing you can do is step back a bit and let them handle life on their own. In this video, we'll reveal powerful strategies to help your child grow into a confident, self-sufficient adult, without you hovering over every move. You'll learn how to strike the perfect balance between guidance and freedom, and most importantly, how to encourage them to succeed on their own terms. Stay tuned for tips that will change the way you think about parenting. Chapter 1. The Art of Letting Go. Giving your child space to grow. A common myth in parenting is that success is about being involved in every aspect of a child's life. But research shows that giving kids more space leads to greater independence. In a study by the American Psychological Association, children who were given more autonomy were better at making decisions and coping with stress. The key is to step back and allow them to experience life on their own terms. You don't need to control every outcome for them. For example, if they get a bad grade, let them figure out how to improve. It's through these experiences that children develop critical thinking and resilience. Remember, kids need room to fail to learn how to try again. The late author and psychologist, Dr. John Rosemond, said, "If you want your children to learn responsibility, give them responsibility. The more we micromanage, the less they'll learn about problem solving and persistence." Another powerful way to let go is by encouraging unstructured playtime. According to a study by the American Academy of Pediatrics, free play has been linked to better cognitive and social development. When kids have time to play on their own, they learn creativity, conflict resolution, and how to manage their own emotions. Chapter 2. The Power of Positive Stress. Building grit without the burnout. Let's face it, life can be stressful, but not all stress is bad. In fact, stress in small doses can actually build grit and perseverance. According to research by psychologist Angela Duckworth, grit is one of the strongest predictors of success. It's about having passion and perseverance to pursue long-term goals, even when things get tough. But here's the thing: overloading kids with too much pressure can be damaging. So how can you find the right balance? The secret is positive stress, challenges that push kids to stretch their abilities without overwhelming them. For example, encourage them to try new activities or join extracurriculars that spark their interest. If they struggle, that's okay. Let them learn the value of persistence. You can build grit in everyday situations too. Let your child manage their own homework schedule. This will help them understand time management, responsibility, and how to cope with stress. Studies show that kids who are allowed to manage their tasks without heavy interference perform better and feel more confident in their ability to handle challenges. In her book Grit: The Power of Passion and Perseverance, Angela Duckworth points out that effort counts twice. Talent alone isn't enough for success. It's the willingness to keep going when things get hard that really makes the difference. Positive stress also teaches kids how to manage their emotions. When they face challenges, encourage them to pause and think before reacting. This helps them build emotional intelligence, which is just as important as academic success. Research shows that emotional intelligence is directly linked to better mental health and career achievements later in life. Chapter 3. Mindful Motivation. Encouraging drive without pushing too hard. Kids today face pressure from all sides, from school, peers, and even social media. As parents, it's natural to want to push them to succeed. But research suggests that intrinsic motivation that comes from within, leads to more sustainable success than external rewards or punishments. How do you nurture this inner drive? One effective way is by helping your child connect with their passions. When they're genuinely interested in something, they're more likely to pursue it with enthusiasm. For example, if they love drawing, encourage them to take art classes, but don't force them to compete if they're not interested. Another key to mindful motivation is praising effort over results. When you praise your child's hard work, not just their grades, you send the message that effort is what truly matters. A study from Stanford University found that children praised for their effort rather than their innate ability were more likely to embrace challenges and work harder when faced with setbacks. Don't forget to set a good example yourself. Kids learn best when they see their parents demonstrating passion and perseverance. Show them that success doesn't happen overnight, and that setbacks are part of the journey. In her book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, psychologist Carol Dweck argues that fostering a growth mindset, believing that abilities can be developed through effort, is key to helping children succeed. One interesting way to encourage intrinsic motivation is to involve your child in goal setting. Sit down together and discuss what they want to achieve, whether it's getting better at a sport, learning a new skill, or excelling in school. Then help them break these goals down into manageable steps. This gives them a sense of ownership and makes success feel more achievable. In the end, motivation should come from within. When you create an environment where effort is valued and passion is nurtured, your child will naturally develop the drive to succeed. Subscribe now for more tips on raising confident, successful kids who thrive without overparenting. Chapter 4. Leading by Example. The secret to modeling success. Children are natural imitators. From an early age, they look to their parents for cues on how to navigate the world. The best way to raise a successful child is to model the behaviors you want them to adopt. Whether it's how to handle stress, solve problems, or show kindness, kids learn by watching you. A 2014 study from the University of Toronto showed that children are more likely to develop social skills, such as empathy and cooperation, when they see their parents practicing them. It's not just about teaching kids what to do, it's about showing them how to do it. If you want your child to be patient, show patience in your own actions. If you want them to be hardworking, demonstrate a strong work ethic. This idea isn't new. As author Stephen Covey says in his book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. By leading by example, you instill in your children the values that will carry them far. Sometimes this can be difficult, especially when life feels overwhelming. But even in stressful moments, kids are watching. How you manage your emotions and work through challenges will teach them the skills they need to succeed. A study from the Harvard Center on the Developing Child found that emotional regulation plays a huge role in a child's ability to succeed academically and socially. It's also important to let your children see that failure is part of the process. Don't be afraid to admit when you've made a mistake, and show them how you bounce back. This helps them understand that setbacks are temporary and that persistence is key. A unique approach is to involve your kids in goal setting. When they see you working toward your own personal goals, it encourages them to set their own. Share the steps you're taking to achieve your goals, and ask them to share theirs. This can foster a sense of teamwork and help them see the connection between hard work and success. By being mindful of the example you set, you teach your children not just how to succeed, but how to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Chapter 5. From Helicopter to High Flyer. Transitioning to a growth-focused parenting style, it's hard to break free from the habit of overparenting. We all want to protect our children from failure, but the truth is, failure is one of the best teachers. The trick is finding the balance between offering support and allowing kids to make their own decisions. Shifting from a helicopter parenting style to one that encourages growth and independence is crucial for your child's development. A study from the University of California found that children of overprotective parents often struggle with decision-making and have lower levels of self-confidence. This is because they never had the chance to solve problems on their own. When you step back and let your child take the lead, you teach them to trust their own abilities. In his book How to Raise Healthy and Happy Children, psychologist Dr. Michael Thompson writes, "Children need to feel that they are in charge of their own destiny. While this doesn't mean you should abandon them, it's important to step away and let them experience the natural consequences of their actions. This builds self-esteem and helps them understand the world around them. To make this shift, start by encouraging small decisions. Allow your child to pick out their clothes or decide what extracurricular activities they want to pursue. These small choices help build their confidence. As they grow, let them handle bigger decisions, like managing their own schedule or dealing with school projects on their own. Another powerful way to let go is by teaching them problem-solving skills. Rather than giving them the answers, ask guiding questions that help them think through solutions. Over time, this will help them become independent thinkers who can tackle challenges without needing you to step in every time. Remember, growth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time for children to develop independence, but the rewards are worth it. By gradually transitioning to a more hands-off approach, you help your child become a confident, self-sufficient individual ready to face the world. Subscribe now for more parenting strategies that will change the way you raise your kids. Chapter 6. Play, Pause, Pivot. Encouraging flexible thinking in kids. One of the most important skills for success in today's fast-paced world is adaptability. The ability to pivot when things don't go as planned is crucial for both academic and life success. Encouraging flexible thinking in your children can help them thrive in an unpredictable world. In his book The Innovator's DNA, author Jeff Dyer explains that one of the most important traits of successful innovators is the ability to adjust to changing circumstances. The same applies to children. When they learn to be adaptable, they become better at problem-solving and more resilient in the face of challenges. One way to foster flexibility is by encouraging creativity in everyday activities. Let them build a fort from blankets or try a new hobby, even if they don't have the perfect tools or guidance. The goal isn't to get it perfect, it's to let them experiment and figure things out. According to a study from the American Academy of Pediatrics, children who engage in creative play develop better problem-solving and critical thinking skills. Another strategy is teaching kids to pause before reacting. In situations where they may feel frustrated, help them take a moment to think through their options. This moment of reflection can make all the difference in how they approach a problem. Studies have shown that children who practice mindfulness techniques have better emotional regulation and can adapt to stressful situations more effectively. In the classroom, this type of flexible thinking can be a game changer. A study by the National Center for Education Statistics revealed that students who embrace a growth mindset and are willing to adapt to new learning methods tend to have higher academic performance. Encourage your child to view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than obstacles. A great way to teach this mindset is by letting your child observe how you handle setbacks. When things don't go according to plan, show them how you adapt and stay positive. Your response will be a model for how they can approach life's inevitable twists and turns. By teaching kids to play, pause, and pivot, you're equipping them with the tools they need to thrive in an ever-changing world. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on raising successful kids without overparenting.